Hey guys, this is John
and Austin
and Brett
and Dylan.
And we've got either a podcast or a podcast episode. We're not 100% sure on how we're doing it yet. But one of the things we always get asked is about flavor differences in summer sausage. And you can kind of remember, kind of talk about it, but unless we're talking about something like Habanero BBQ or the Sriracha, they all have a similar flavor profile. So the other day I went through and made all 13 of our summer sausages. Pause for effect because that was a lot of work.
You were grinding away at it.
I was.
How dirty is my test kitchen right now?
I didn't use your test kitchen for anything.
You definitely cleaned something in there or something. 100%. Use the smokehouse.
We used the smokehouse.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Hey, at least I didn't break the drain in the middle of the floor.
That is true.
Yes.
Who did that?
Yes, we're looking at you, Brad.
Oh,
we're looking at you.
I didn't know about this. Great. Huh.
I grabbed Dylan the other day. I was like, hey, does somebody know about this?
Yeah.
And he's like,
you tried to cast it on somebody else.
Brett did it.
No, I just said, I don't know if it just gave out that day when I rolled the slicer over it or if it had been giving out and that was just the final straw.
Did you hear a crunch?
No, I just was cleaning and I went to move the slicer out of the way and you just saw me trying to push that big slicer and not realizing that the caster had broken through the drain. Yeah.
How quickly did you figure it out?
It took me probably like 15 seconds of pushing to figure it out.
Yeah,
so,
well, at least it wasn't that long.
And I just remembered now, I didn't put in a work order for that either because I was going to do that. So I'll do that.
So we've got all the Waltons up here plus me, all 13 of our flavor. In fact, we have an extra flavor up here that we don't stock that somebody brought in for a sample. It's called Blue Ribbon Summer Sausage. I have to be honest, I taste tested one or two of them before, and I'm not a big fan of the Blue Ribbon Bratwurst, but I'll be really interested on everyone's response to that. So we have wine, sorbet, and crackers as palate cleansers between each one. So we're going to try all of them at the same time, or try one of them at the same time, talk about it, and then move on to the next one until we're all the way done. So you guys can grab yours from down there. Austin, we have ones up here for a little bit easier to grab.
If John, if they're waiting for us to finish eating and drinking, I hope they have something to eat and drink at home too.
So ours is a Chardonnay. I don't know what you guys want to grab. Maybe something a little more simple, but grab the first one, and this should be the Sriracha.
Sriracha?
Sriracha summer sausage.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be happy with that.
Are these all 100% pork?
Yep. So my comment about this one is if you want to call something Sriracha, it has to have more of a Sriracha flavor. This has a vague Sriracha taste, but I don't bite that and go, oh, yeah, that's Sriracha.
Yeah.
It's just too mild overall. It's not bad. I still think it's good, but yeah, when you hear Sriracha, I want it to have more flavor than that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be hot. So.
Yeah, I'd say it's got just a little bit of spice to it, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't eat a lot of Sriracha stuff either, so I don't know exactly what. In my mind, I think Sriracha's crazy hot, but I also know that Sriracha's not crazy hot.
It's not hot at all.
So I don't know how to peg this against Sriracha. I would just say it's a little bit of a spicy. It doesn't taste like breakfast sausage, but like the heat level of a breakfast sausage, where it's like just a little bit of heat, but nothing that's too crazy.
No, I think that's fair.
It's kind of like jalapenos, where you can go to the store, you can buy a bottle of jalapenos, but did you get the mild, the tamed, or the hot?
Yeah.
It's like, it still has the Sriracha flavor, but it's like the tamed. There's no real heat left to it. They just have flavor in it.
And there's no way to know when you're looking at a jalapeno or anything like that, which ones are going to be hot and which one isn't. So that's always annoys me.
Yeah.
All right. So mild, good flavor. If you're looking for a really strong Sriracha flavor, I mean, you wouldn't want to tell them to add Sriracha that's got vinegar in it. It's going to denature the proteins. Maybe look for some sort of Sriracha powder. I mean, I know they make Frank's Red Hot powder.
Yeah, I mean, you're still same thing. Sometimes those powders are still acidic powders. And
so you're still running the risk of...
still run the risk of denaturing something.
Okay. All right, so if you like the Sriracha flavor but don't like the heat, that might be a good choice for you. I would say it would probably go best with the cheddar cheese if you wanted to add a cheese.
Yeah, I'd say that if I were to eat that, I'd probably eat it as like a sandwich. Like it'd be a better sandwich meat than just crackers, but maybe it's just because I'm not a huge fan of the flavor profile on it. But
no, that's fair.
I don't like sriracha, so
yeah, I think that's fair. All right, Patrick, up here are the ones closest to me the first, and I'm going this way. Okay. All right, so the next one.
Wait, are we not going to hold these up to the camera for you talking about your workmanship too?
So the next one is.
Okay.
I made 13 in one day. Every time I got done with a single stick, I had to clean out the tube, clean out the base of the thing.
So, I was going to ask, did you do all that? You did clean out between every batch. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise
Great,
we were going to get...
we would have mystery meat here.
Trust me, if I could have figured out a way to do it without doing that, I would have.
All right.
Could have taken 13 stuffers out of stock.
So
the
next one...
We had a big
those
sale.
stuffing eggs.
Once used stuffers. I didn't clean it.
Almost clean.
You're going to get it clean.
Not quite clean. This next one is the blue cheese and apple.
Yeah, definitely a strong blue cheese.
Very strong
and
blue
apple smell to it.
And I hate blue cheese.
Don't like blue cheese, but you are
not
not
like
going to be a fan then.
I've been sick so much lately. I literally don't smell a thing off of this. I'm so disappointed because I love blue
you
cheese.
and find somebody else to sit in that seat then.
I can taste.
Okay. Yeah, but the smell was part of the taste.
Smell is definitely
Those are
part of the
hooked
taste.
together.
Big part of the taste.
That's why I oversalt everything. Does anybody got a salt shaker that help enhance all the flavor here if I pour some on?
Just taste salt. All right. So I don't like the initial bite because it is very strong blue cheese flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. If you like blue cheese, you would love that.
Yeah, this is incredible.
I'm going to refrain from commenting the rest of the way on this one because I just don't like blue cheese.
I think the apple tastes stronger than the blue cheese, though. Do you not think so?
They're both pretty strong. They're not, either one is not really overpowering the other, I'd say.
That.
What?
Yeah.
Swiss? If you wanted to add a cheese to that, probably Swiss.
Blue cheese?
We don't have
I have a high temp blue cheese.
Okay.
I would just add I'd add mozzarella.
Okay.
Just something mild to add the creaminess to it, but I wouldn't add Swiss. Swiss is the worst cheese that's on the face of the planet.
Best cheese.
No, but mozzarella will go good with everything.
I don't know if I'd add cheese to it just because it does have a strong blue cheese flavor. But generally, if somebody's going to have apple, they probably add cheddar. So if I were to do something, I'd maybe add cheddar to it because a lot of people put cheddar and apple together.
Yeah. Brett, nothing?
Well, no, I would just say, if I was this is one of these flavors that we have that if I was making one batch of summer sausage a year, I would not make that one.
Yep.
I like it. It's good. I'm not a huge blue cheese fan. But if I was making multiple ones and I wanted to have something different, especially if I had, guest over or I had some friends I wanted to give something different to, that'd be a great one because it's good.
Yeah, that one would be way better on a whole charcuterie tray.
Yeah.
With crackers, having blue cheese and adding to it and just having it as with other stuff. But yeah, I'm with Brett. Probably not going to sit down and like eat it for dinner every night or something with crackers. But on a tray with a whole bunch of other stuff, yeah, that's where I'd fit that one in.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that because then I could eat the prosciutto and the other things that were not the blue cheese.
I have a complaint because that brings up a good point. Why did we not get like a whole charcuterie board with this and get other cheeses and stuff to go with it? Why didn't
you got sorbet and crackers?
Yeah,
Where's
I
the
feel
presentation,
right
John?
It's in the 13 different flavors.
I just got to find things to give you crap for.
Of course. All right.
Hey, slow down. We still got a bunch to go. We got a long way to
gotta
give
pace
John
myself.
a hard time here.
Anyone else have anything else on the blue cheese and apple? The one thing I will say about it was mixing it up. The apple chunks in it are huge, like really big.
I see it. Yeah.
It makes
to
it
the
look
point
cool.
where if you made a snack stick out of it, it might be a problem. Like if you used a small enough tube, that might get.
No, I don't think they're that big.
It's pretty big, man.
Yeah, what I'm
that's
seeing
not a big one, but there are some really big ones in there.
Yeah. It'll go through it too.
It's soft.
Okay.
It's not hard.
It's firm
It's probably
enough.
hard whenever it
It's
comes
not
out
any
of the
bigger than
seasoning.
cheese.
Oh, there were
it's
definitely
probably
pieces in it that were bigger than cheese.
Really?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Well, where's the knife? Let's open it lengthwise.
No, because then we can't use it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let it.
I mean, when you guys were just talking, I'm like, oh, sweet. I know what we're going to do with a bunch of the rest of this. I'm going to have a nice spread to share with family and stuff.
There you go.
Just cut off, 10 slices of each one.
And just tell them Dylan made it.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one I believe is Blue Ribbon. I can't read it from
Blue
over
Ribbon.
there. All right, so Blue Ribbon. Now, this is one we do not stock.
Smells good.
Dylan's got a interested face or intrigued from smelling it.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those of you who are familiar with the Blue Ribbon bratwurst, it's very clovey. It's also similar to the horseradish brat. This has a very similar appearance, but the taste is significantly different.
Yeah. Tastes nothing like a Blue Ribbon bratwurst.
Right? It's like...
I think it's because in my mind, I think Blue Ribbon bratwurst, and you're like, oh, there's going to be nutmeg. Like,
none of it.
yeah.
But I really
That's
like
what
this
makes a
one.
brat a brat is.
Right, but this isn't a brat.
Yeah.
I really like this one. The Blue Ribbon.
To me, it just seems kind of mild and just kind of a
Yeah.
average summer sausage. It's not bad, but it's not like anything super fancy crazy.
I think it's got a little bit almost of the zestiness from the horseradish brat.
I would say like store-bought summer sausage.
Oh, really?
Like
Oh, I mean, that's what Blue Ribbon kind of...
like that's kind of the vibe that I get is like not really any strong pronounced flavor, fairly mild, not hitting really on anything,
Okay.
which is typically because they're trying to appeal to masses is what you get out of a store-bought bratwurst.
And, I mean...
Not quite as acidic. How much, we should talk about that. How much citric acid you put in all these?
4 ounces to 25 pound.
Okay.
So at that ratio, obviously we didn't add 4 ounces to all of it. But when you think of like Blue Ribbon, that's what they're going for with those flavors is like the mass traditional appeal.
So, right, Jerry Hall with Excalibur did all the Blue Ribbons in each, multiple different ones, in different seasoning blends to come up with something that was just a very, standard, what I call standard. That's why we sell more Blue Ribbon brat than any other flavor is seasoning. It's just a good, solid, standard flavor. And this one here is, this Blue Ribbon summer doesn't have any great characteristics. It's just kind of a
no mustard seed in it that I can see. Mm-mm. Slight pepper. Yeah, not a lot of particulates in that one. Which is like the Blue Ribbon bratwurst. Mm-hmm. Blue Ribbon bratwurst does not have a lot of particulates. It's pretty salt and pepper looking.
Fairly gray as a seasoning.
Yeah, that's
all right, let's move on to the next one, which is Caraway.
Caraway.
Is it just I thought it was Caraway.
Caraway and onion. Okay. Sorry.
I think I've had this one before.
We're over here.
Is this mine?
Yep.
All right. So
what is Caraway? I don't know.
I have no idea what like what the spice actually is.
I can't think of any like dish that I've ever had that was like Caraway, so I don't have like a great reference point probably.
Immediately, I would say the onion dominates more than the whatever Caraway is. I feel like I taste onion as soon as I bite into that. Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm having a hard time picking up a whole lot of onion.
Well, see, this is what I told you earlier. I got a great nose, but taste buds,
not so.
I can give you good flavor, bad flavor, but picking out flavors, don't look down this way.
Okay.
In my opinion, that's close to the Blue Ribbon. It doesn't. I don't get a lot of flavor that stands out from it either one way or another.
I'd say it's more mild, but to me very different than the Blue Ribbon. I think the Blue Ribbon. And maybe it just tasted a little more acidic in the piece I got or something, but I don't know. See if I can figure out with another bite here what the difference is.
Were you saying you think it's more mild than like the general seasoning or more mild than the Blue Ribbon?
No, I think it is a mild.
Right, okay, but seasoning. It's not milder than the Blue Ribbon.
No.
Right, okay.
No. No, there's more onion and I like that one. That one's probably my favorite of the ones we've tried so far.
I still prefer the blue ribbon, but yeah, that was better than what I had thought it was or how I remembered it. Got anything? No.
Yeah, it's similar, but the onion, little onion flavor. Yep.
Okay.
Patrick, look up any any food on like what Caraway is for us.
If you've had rye bread, you've definitely tasted Caraway. But
Rye bread.
Okay, so it's in rye bread.
Caraway seeds are highly aromatic and have a distinctive mild anise flavor that adds a welcome and subtle licorice hint.
Yeah, I was gonna say anise is licorice. I don't
pick
taste
licorice from that.
So that's good. That's a big plus for it.
Okay.
Not a big black licorice.
Don't know why it would be caraway and onion. Feels like it should have been onion and caraway.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
yeah. I like that one. That one's good. I could eat that one. Now I know what's down the line, and I know what my favorite one is, so I won't say I could eat it every day because there's one I could eat every day.
Is it the next one? Hob barbecue?
That one is good.
Yeah.
That is good.
All right, so we've got habanero barbecue. Now this...
So I really like this, and I love the flavor. And should I try it first?
Yeah, you should try it first. This I normally make with cheddar cheese because it pairs perfectly, but we did no cheeses.
I like making this one with people in the test kitchen because when they forget which one's which, I can always, it has the red tint to it.
It's the color.
And so I can easily separate it out and go, yeah, you marked that wrong. That one's the habanero barbecue.
Right. No, that is, I mean, I know it's not a traditional summer sausage at all, like the flavor, but it's so good. Mm-hmm. You've got some heat, you've got some sweet, you add some cheese in there, and you got a little bit of creaminess.
Yeah.
It's not one I can eat every day, but it's one of my favorites just because I like to eat it a lot, just not like all the time. I don't know if that makes sense. Like probably my favorite out of a non-daily.
A non-standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would disagree though. I think I can eat that one every day. And when we used to do around Christmas, we would do the packages here.
Yeah.
I would always get all of mine in that and then just add it to like every dish. Yeah. And chop it up and put it in a pan with some rice.
Usually people don't add summer sausage to different dishes.
That one is great. Because that's not a traditional summer sausage.
Yeah.
It's a totally different flavor.
Well, it's good because it appeals to multiple people because it does start out so sweet. And then once you finish chewing and you sit, then it starts to build the heat. Whereas, so then if you eat another piece, kind of kills that heat again,
right?
But it doesn't keep building on itself. So like the more you eat, it's not like getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm dying over here, and I need water, milk, who knows what you're going to go to. So it's kind of it's enough heat, but it doesn't just run you out of the house. It's still gonna be hot for a lot of people that don't like heat, but not like over the top. We have, an emergency in our mouth going on. So
I always told people, I'm like, you don't need to be afraid of that heat. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then either this most recent or the previous Pheasant Fest we went to, some lady took a bite of it and went red and started sweating. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it is hot for some people.
Well, we can go get Theo out of the sales room and have him try it because Theo will tell you ketchup's got a little heat to it. So,
well, I don't like super hot things, but like Dylan was saying there, that habanero barbecue, it just has that heat that just kind of in the back of your mouth, kind of it's there, and you can feel it a little warm, but it just kind of stays there until having a bite of cracker or whatever.
Yep.
It goes right away.
Speaking of cracker, since we've moved to some that have a little more flavor, pass that down here. Thank you.
Is everybody's sugar water freezing or melting pretty much?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm completely melting.
For anybody who has never let sorbet melt, it's basically just sugar and water. All right. Next one is...
Cranberry.
Oh, the cranberry. I'll be honest. If there was one that I was dreading, it would have been this one.
Really?
I do not like cranberries.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I also
You
don't
like the
mashed
habanero
potatoes.
barbecue one.
I love that.
That's delicious.
Is this mine here?
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. So it's got a little cranberry in it, which is good. Kind of like the blue cheese and apple. It has actual apple chunks in it. Smells good.
Pretty strong flavor to it.
Smell on this one really makes you think like Thanksgiving time. Great smell.
I immediately ate a cracker, so I want that taken in my mouth.
Like, I'm not a huge cranberry fan. I don't like ever eat cranberries, but that is very good. A nice sweetness to it, enough cranberry flavor to let you know it's there. Overall, yeah, it's another one that I would enjoy eating frequently, but wouldn't be a daily driver. But it's very good.
Yeah, I think it's a good flavor. The cranberry actually comes through. The notes behind it are good too. It's not bland beyond the cranberry, but doesn't have any off flavors or anything like that. But it's not one I'm going to eat every day. It kind of goes back to the blue cheese and apple. Like, it's good and I like it, but I'm not going to eat it every day.
Sure.
Like I said, it's a holiday. Put it on a board with other stuff, kind of a deal.
Yeah, and cranberries, go great with any holiday meal. Thanksgiving, Christmas, any of that.
I will say I like that more. It's been a while since I've had it, but I do like that more than the first time that I had it. And I don't know if I could tell you why, because it's been so long, but I think the first time I had it, I was kind of like, man, that's okay.
I've got a theory on this. I think Excalibur changed the formulation and added the cranberries. Because I liked it the first time specifically. Well, I liked it more than I thought it would.
Because it was just sweet?
Specifically because there wasn't chunks of cranberry in it. This time when I was mixing it up, I'm like,
They might have.
So, if you like cranberry, yes, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, I don't eat cranberries typically, but I like that. So maybe even if you don't like cranberries.
I don't like cranberries and I didn't like it.
Yeah, well, but I did like it. Are you going to agree with me now? Or no?
No,
I'm just
definitely
kidding.
not.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Moving on. The next one is
Wisconsin.
the Wisconsin. I'll just grab from over there now.
So do you know off the top of your head, while you're chewing, you can answer this, what is that makes it Wisconsin? Did you look to see what seasoning,
Like what the flavor profile is?
might be in it that's
No.
different?
Do you know?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were quizzing me here.
No, that's not a stumped idiot. That's a general question.
So,
It was a stump all the idiots.
I think out of all the mild ones, that is my favorite now.
But see, I don't say that's mild. I'd say it's traditional flavor, but it's got a strong flavor.
Fair point. Mild may seem a little bit boring. So traditional, but it's got like a full taste to it. The whole taste is rounded out. There's a little bit of something right at the end that I can't quite figure out. Dylan doesn't like it, or
I don't know what that flavor
can't figure out what it is. Yeah,
it's not my gift.
it's just it's very vague, or not very vague. It's very subtle, but it does, like, you taste it with all of your mouth, like all your taste buds, which usually, you have different receptors in different places. This is a full mouth feel to it. And I said full mouth, then feel, not mouth feel.
Mouthfeel.
Ugh,
What's wrong with that?
terrible term.
Am I missing a bit?
hate that.
He hates the term mouthfeel.
Well, John's never going to judge anything.
No, I think that's fair. It makes sense. Brett, anything on that one?
Do you have the bag on it?
Yeah.
It just, yeah,
We're
it's
probably
just-
not going to know anything just because it's going to be spices, but
It's good. It's just a good standard. A little bit different, and how you describe it different than a blue ribbon. Maybe it's a little stronger flavor, but I couldn't tell you what that flavor was. Just
I think they're both similar traditional style flavor, but the Wisconsin is a stronger flavor than the blue ribbon.
oh, for sure. Yeah. No, the blue ribbon is pretty. I had to grab that bag. Is it over here too?
Yeah.
I think the next two are going to be the most interesting to compare to the Wisconsin, because we're going to get H Summer and Tons next.
How'd you know that one was H Summer? Oh, were you in here when we figured that out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I put labels on all of these, and then I'm laying them out, and one doesn't have a label anymore, and I'm like, oh, well, where'd you go? All right.
So the just looking at the ingredient deck now, it doesn't necessarily mean there's more of it in there, but garlic is a lot quicker on the list on the Wisconsin than the Blue Ribbon.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
That's garlic's a pretty pronounced flavor, so some of that's coming through on it. And then all the other spices, under the category of spices, is a little higher on the list for Blue Ribbon. So a little MSG in Blue Ribbon, a little flavor enhancer.
I'll come down to you. You got your hands full. I'll come.
I'm looking for this bottle. Oh, hold on.
We're out.
Shucks, just ran out.
Oh. All right, so we're moving on to, is this the H? Are you eating the H?
Yep.
So far and away our best selling summer
Is
sausage.
it far and away the best selling?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's close. And I think number 2 is now Habanero BBQ. If I'm not mistaken. Does that sound right to everybody?
It might be
Austin's
jalapeno.
looking it up.
I'll find out.
Might be jalapeno.
So I have made this without encapsulated citric acid before.
Yeah.
And I don't care for it without encapsulated citric acid.
No. It's yeah.
Like it needs to be in there.
Yeah.
But with the encapsulated citric acid, that is just an all-around great summer sausage.
Does Brett know where Heller's used to be? Like where is Heller's? Were they in Illinois?
Chicago.
They're Chicago. Okay.
Explain why you're asking that.
So, generally speaking, when we're thinking about summer sausage and products in general, snack sticks, the farther north we go, the more tangy they are. So if you get summer sausage from a company in Wisconsin, that's a bigger company, it's going to be way more acidic than somebody out of Texas that makes summer sausage and is distributing all around Texas, because those people aren't going to like tang. And so that's probably why the H summer, if they're from Chicago, that's a little farther north, they want a little more tang. This was a match for Heller's summer sausage seasoning. And so hence it would taste better with citric acid.
Right. Because it's formulated almost
that's
to have
how he
that.
meant to make it.
Right. I just don't
that one's
understand how
good.
you don't like tang in a snack stick or summer sausage. I know people don't. It's just, that's so foreign to me. Like I love.
Yeah. Definitely the most pronounced flavor we've had out of all of them. I mean, besides the habanero barbecue having sweet and heat, but in terms of other spices, definitely the most traditional, the most pronounced. Blue Ribbon is neither here nor there, but it's pretty mild, whereas this is definitely a strong flavor.
Brett?
What you guys said, it's a stronger flavor. It's a great flavor. That's why we sell a lot of it.
We sell 2 times more of it than anything else.
What is number 2?
Jalapeno.
Oh, are you serious?
I was winner.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said jalapeno.
You'll get this entire list wrong. Do you want to guess what's after that?
W.
Don't tell it.
W.
It's W.
Then habanero barbecue.
No.
Really?
No.
What is it?
Tons?
Nope. Just plain standard summer unit.
Oh, wait. Is this doing it by pound?
Excalibur summer
I
unit.
forgot.
So this is doing it by
those
pound, not package.
No, this is by package.
Yeah.
And that is above?
And then the other
hold on,
plain summer unit is next.
Do you
after
have
that.
the plain summer here? The Excalibur?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to multiply tons number by 4 because it's a 100-pound unit.
Right. That's why you're saying you think it's...
Move me up.
Even if you
matter.
even if you multiply tons by 4, you're still nowhere. You're still
Haters.
You're still nowhere.
Actually, you would. Ooh.
Well, let's try it and see if Dylan. We should have done the blind taste test.
Hold on. Then you also have to find the H 100-pounder and multiply that by 4.
Yeah. If we did a blind taste test, I think, maybe 4 of them I could have pegged.
I could have gotten the habanero barbecue, the sriracha, and the H.
I could have got cranberry.
Oh,
Yeah,
cranberry.
Cranberry,
Habanero barbecue.
H.
I don't know. We got to get on down, but I think I could pick H, but I'm not totally sure.
Is dill pickle a summer or is that a stick?
This is snack stick and jerky.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So this is tons. This is the one that Austin and I have talked about for a long time getting in a 25-pound unit. Now, this is also the one with by far the largest void in anything we've seen so far. There's about a what? Inch by a half inch void running right down the side of this one.
The most mustard seed on the table.
And most pepper, I think, too, right?
Best one on the table.
I was going to say it's the best looking because of all the particulate in it.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how similar the ingredients are between that and H and how different the tastes are. Mm-hmm. They're not even remotely close, but the ingredients look so close. I do have to say, I think I prefer the
I
Tons.
think they're remotely close.
You do?
I'd say they're, yeah.
They're all summer sausage.
Okay. They're not like,
They're in the traditional realm of summer sausage.
but you could identify one from the other fairly
I
easily.
think, and I don't know enough about specific flavors to tell you the ins and outs of it, but I think that the H Summer pulls out that tang flavor more, whereas you put the same amount of citric acid in there, and it does not taste the same level of tang as the H Summer did.
That's a very good point.
I think the black pepper covers it up.
It could be, yeah.
So I was gonna bring that up too. Is why is the H Summer you notice that tang so much? What is the combination of the spices in there? I don't know the answer to that. I might be able to find it out because I think of the right question.
I would think your best chance at having an answer to that is sitting to your left. It's definitely not me.
No, not here.
No. I am not the best person for picking out flavors.
Amongst these four people?
Oh, amongst these four people?
No,
picking out flavors, I don't think I'd still put myself. Y'all may be as good as I am at picking out flavors, but...
No, I'm not great at that either. But like the guys that found at Excalibur, they can go, oh, that's got a little this, a little that. They're really good at that.
Okay. Yeah, Dylan has always said that his nose is phenomenal, but not so much palate.
But Tons is good.
All right. Well, I opened myself up there for people to make fun of the voids, and nobody did. So
No.
That was low-hanging fruit, John.
all right, this is W Summer. So
We don't want you, for all of your listeners out there, we don't want them to think you have a hostile workplace here working with the Waltons.
Can you pass me a H Summer? Yeah, let's toss one of those down here. Oh,
No,
toss him another one.
man down. Nope, I'm good.
No, Dylan.
You're not going to eat it.
Oh, okay.
You're just going to look at it.
Yes.
I was gonna say we clean this floor, but it's with one of those push mops.
I know.
You're
I
not
can
eating
smell it.
Okay. Yeah, you hate that.
I hate this.
Where is it? Where are we at?
This is W.
Oh, W. Okay.
How sure are you
So you get mustard seed.
on the labeling of these?
So the one I told you before, the one I was concerned about was the W. Why? What do you think?
I'm gonna get your bag.
Right up. If you're looking for the seasonings, they're right in front of it. So we might have a controversy here, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan might be accusing me of mislabeling something. Now,
Hey, can we send it upstairs for the instant replay?
all cards on the table. I had two of them labeled as W for some reason. We couldn't figure it out. So I thought we had it.
So which one has
Corrected.
mustard seed?
See any W?
It's over there somewhere. Oh, it's here, Dylan, maybe?
Yeah.
Yep.
So which has mustard seed, H or W?
They both do. W's got a very small amount, but W's got some mustard seed in it.
Well, if one has more than the other, just looking at them, then it should be pretty identifiable.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at it, and now I don't remember which one's in my hand.
All right. Well, the W.
Just taste them and see which one tastes like floor.
Will do.
That's H.
This is W.
But again,
No shot. You just spilled that everywhere.
absolutely, I did.
Oops.
Hold on, I gotta get a paper towel, which we're out of. I'll be right back.
Behind you.
Why would you say no shot that I just spilled that anywhere or everywhere? Like, that's not a very me thing to do.
Well, you didn't cut yourself.
I did wear a Hex Armor glove while I was cutting all of this up.
I've requested multiple times that you always wear a hex armor glove when you're working.
Just working, even at my desk.
Yes.
Yeah, you should use one on your keyboard just in case. You're that cut prone.
Cuts when you're not using a knife.
Well, it's other sharp things.
I didn't say it wasn't. I just said not a knife.
All right. We will get rid of these and recut all of those.
Where were we at on the W?
So the
before
H you don't
interrupt
have
us with your spill?
container of up there?
No. The seasoning is back there, though, if you want it. Can I have my knife?
I don't know how to do this.
Just toss it.
Well, it's John. I didn't know. Do I hold the blade so he doesn't get cut and then he'll cut me? Or go ahead and grab
gotta
hold
be
the
worried
handle
about that, too.
so I'm safe?
So I always thought, and I'm going to blame Kurt on this. I always thought, and didn't ever pay attention, that H and W, one had mustard seed and one did not. That was what Kurt taught me. And I always thought that W meant without mustard seed. That's why I was curious, because I was like, this is what Kurt.
This is jalapeno.
I always thought W had more mustard seed or whole mustard seed, and H didn't have whole or had less.
I'm going to blame Kurt for it.
But
What's all the fuzz on this?
What's all the fuzz?
Yeah, I got fuzz all the way around mine.
What are you talking about?
it's John's.
Does anyone see any fuzz like he's talking about?
Fuzz all the way around it.
No, I don't see it.
I don't see any.
How much
like
of that wine
hairs.
has he drank?
Come look at this and tell me there's not
no,
hairs
there's a couple
all the way
pieces.
around that.
I think it's your contact.
I think it's just fibers from the fibrous
I
casing.
think it's from the fibrous casing.
I mean, it is.
Okay.
It is called fibrous casing.
What is this? We've
Jalapeno?
sidetracked. Jalapeno? Jalapeno?
I mean, doesn't taste like jalapeno to me. But
It has kind of an off smell to it. Anybody else smell that?
But I've always thought it was weird that jalapeno snack stick has jalapeno flakes in it, and jalapeno summer sausage doesn't. Doesn't that feel like it should be backwards? Like, shouldn't jalapeno summer sausage have the flakes?
Yeah, I mean, I can taste jalapeno.
You can?
Jalapeno's in it.
I can tell.
I guess maybe I'm not real, like, can't identify
It's
peppers.
just not
all
like
that easily.
super overwhelming, which I think that's why it's a big seller. Because if it was like overwhelming, it would be like one of the others that is not as well, not a big seller.
So, if somebody wants to make a jalapeno or summer sausage and they want the jalapeno look, taste, or more taste and heat, they can buy the dehydrated jalapenos. And Dylan, it's 1 part jalapeno to 5 parts water.
I have no idea.
It's either 1 to 5 or 1 to 3. And then what percentage?
You do want to reconstitute them.
Oh, for sure.
Percentage is really just a preference type deal.
But like 3 to 6.
So, I'd use it. You're not going to use it like cheese. You know, if any of you use cheese, think of how much cheese is in when you put 10% in. Okay. Like, there's a lot of cheese in there. And so, personally, I use 8% cheese. It's my personal preference. But then on jalapenos, just think if you're like having trouble trying to figure out what percentage and how much that's going to be. Think about when you make something with cheese and what that looks like, and then you can kind of adjust it accordingly. You have to also remember that jalapenos, even rehydrated, weigh less than cheese, so you want to scale that down. Otherwise, you're just going to have jalapeno flakes everywhere.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I use 2 pounds of cheese to 25 pounds. That's my ratio, so that's got to be in the 8% range. I just think 10% is too much.
Yeah.
Nope.
Brett disagrees strongly.
We had a conversation on Meatgistics about this a few days ago, and I was very confident in telling people that you can do up to 30%.
Okay, John. I'm going to answer it this way. I think that is a great question. And next week, if we would do like a sample of like 5% cheese, 8% cheese, 10% cheese, 15%, I'll come back for that one.
Okay, works for me, but it's all in
100%.
one
Probably
summer
need to do it.
sausage. It's not 13 different flavors.
No, we could do it in tons.
Yeah.
So does everyone else, like, Tons is the favorite so far.
Mine's jalapeno.
I do like jalapeno. I prefer it when we put jalapenos in it.
I like the jalapeno. I wonder what's the base for that. That's what
The base for jalapeno, I think it's their summer, Excalibur summer.
Okay. Because I really like H. I mean, I like H. I probably like Tons a little better, but I do really like H for just the standard.
I'd say that, and we never talk about specifically jalapeno, but unless I just wasn't paying attention, which is possible. But it's not hot. Jalapeno is not a hot seasoning at all.
No.
It is only jalapeno flavor. There is no heat. Habanero BBQ has a little heat. This has no heat to it.
Right.
It is just jalapeno.
Which makes it a little confusing because some people are definitely thinking, I'm going to get jalapeno heat.
So if you want to get some heat in it, you can go add some ground 500K red pepper.
Ghost pepper cheese.
Or you could add some ghost pepper cheese.
That'll do it.
That'd be a good mix up.
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest way
your
to do it.
test just got harder now too, because so do you do a 5, 8, and 10 and 15% of cheddar and then do the same in ghost pepper and
that's a good point because ghost pepper may be way too hot at 15%.
It is way too hot.
Because I know that one day that you left ghost pepper cheese with an Inferno brat on my desk, and the salesman that sits next to me declined to tell me what it was before I ate it. I about died.
It's very, very hot. That's what I tell people all the time now when they're like, I like this, but I want to add heat to it. We used to say add ground red pepper. Yeah. I just tell them now, I'm like, it'll work. Like it's got a little bit of flavor, but mostly it's just heat and the creaminess of cheese, and it's awesome.
When do you need my wine order in by? That's the question I want to know.
All right. I'm open to doing this again, but we have to choose one seasoning and one seasoning only. And then we'll do one type of cheese at a time.
So back to cheese, because I'm going to win this argument, is I've judged cheese that was just 12%, and 12% was like crazy how much cheese was in
almost obnoxious, right?
And I've done 15%. I asked the guy how much was in here. He said, we wanted it cheesy. You made it 15. It was legitimately it looked like 50% of the summer sausage was cheese. It was actually, that product was specifically a large diameter lunch meat. And he was like, well, I didn't want you to have to add cheese. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not quite how it works. Like it doesn't come across that way when you taste it. It's so much cheese.
Right. Because it is
10% is good, but it's a little on the high side. Once you go above that, man, you're talking just cheese.
Because it's meat and seasoning are supposed to be like the stars. Cheese is just a supporting character.
Yeah. Cheese takes over pretty quick.
We're going to disagree because y'all are completely wrong. Like if you're doing a 25-pound batch, like you put 2 pounds in it. The normal, we normally recommend people from the start is do 10%. So that's 2.5 bags, which doesn't work because we sell them in 1 pound bags. So I always go to 3 at least, maybe sometimes 4.
Maybe 4. So, get out of here.
So Austin, the people that listen regularly know about your obsession with pizza and salt. So I think you might get overruled as far as flavors.
You guys have ate some of my brats that were like 30% cheese, and you probably didn't even know it. If you don't know it and you just eat it, you wouldn't know any different.
I don't know if I've ever eaten a brat that you made.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was for. I had everybody over at the house one time, and I had made brats. This was in the last year, and I just made like 2 4-pound batches of brats, and I put over 30% cheese in those suckers. They were amazing.
I think you can get away with more cheese in a brat than you can in a summer sausage, though, too.
True.
Maybe. I don't know.
Pass those 2 down to them.
All right, is this last?
Nope, second to last.
Okay, what do we got?
This is just the regular summer unit. Whatever.
Excalibur
300012.
Yeah. 12, it's last 2 digits.
It's just called Excalibur Summer, not 107. 107's a different one.
107's next.
107's last. Okay. Yeah.
Be interesting because I don't think I've ever had it.
I smell that could be the base of jalapeno.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I believe, what I guessed.
It could be.
None of us are going to win because probably not actually going to ask Jay or something.
But then we could all say we won.
Yeah.
I didn't take a guess, so I technically can't. But very good. I think it would have you sell that anywhere. Maybe not real south where they hate tang, but pretty much anywhere else in the nation would be like, yeah, that's a good summer sausage. Doesn't have anything to really stand out from the crowd, but that's not always a bad thing.
It's more like H summer in the aspect that it really pulls the tang flavor out. But I'm not seeing any mustard in this. So I don't think there's any whole mustard, but I think there is ground mustard.
There is some whole, it's very sparse.
It's very small.
Very sparse in it. Like to the point where I don't even know why they put it in there.
There might be ground mustard in it then.
Okay. No, nothing?
Okay.
All right, moving on to the last one, which is 107.
Well, I like that. It's been a while since I've had that one, but that's probably, I'd say, top 3 for me.
Austin's been taking notes over here, so.
Yeah, are we supposed to have notes or?
No.
You don't go?
Nope.
We're just reviewing which ones.
I won't remember if I don't write something down.
Am I supposed to remember?
No?
I'm just going to watch the video again.
Yep. Because I'm going to use this to rewrite descriptions on these.
Next time we go to
And that was my
batch,
thought.
be like, what were the ones
You're
you
going
liked
to
again?
use it to rewrite descriptions?
Yeah.
Wow.
Description.
That's not a great idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody likes this idea. I thought it was a great idea.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Brett said this one was terrible.
Usually when I see what I said in writing, it
don't like it
doesn't
as
sound
much?
so good. It
Right.
doesn't sound near as good as what I thought I said.
I'm not going to take verbatim.
This just sounds like this is just good old boy descriptions of like what people, what are their preferences and stuff. Not the official like notes of lavender floating through the air.
Yeah, we won't do that.
No.
You ever go to a bookstore and they have like the people that work there, like their favorite section?
Exactly.
In the shopper, and we should have like Brett's favorite condiments. Just good as easy.
There we go. Just our favorite sections everywhere.
So I don't know much about this seasoning. I think this is the first time I've ever made it.
More mustard in it, which I like. But I hate mustard. Kind of weird, right?
Very weird.
Yeah. The condiment, not like this. So that's confusing. I just said I hate mustard. I hate mustard, the condiment.
Yeah, but I mean, mustard's made from mustard seeds.
Well, yeah,
Same
but there's
thing
so
that's
much
in
other
there.
stuff that's
Added to it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So if you're comparing that to the last one, which is the 12,
they're so similar.
right?
Yeah,
It's hard to tell the difference.
Is there a difference?
Besides a slight amount of increased mustard seed, but maybe it's just a piece I got. Like you said, there was some in that other one, but I didn't have any in my piece. So
yeah, I wouldn't be able to distinguish the two of those if I was tasting them back and forth. I
Yeah.
don't think so. Very, very, very similar.
which one's cheaper? That's the question.
There you go. I mean, that probably does factor into it. Do you think a lot of your commercial customers use this as a base? Like they take this and add to it, or is this what they're doing?
No, not a lot of commercial customers use those.
You want this?
Knife.
Oh, sorry. Not a lot of commercial customers.
In general, those two blends, not a lot of use. I mean, there's some obviously, but
So if a commercial customer was to choose one of these as a base and then build off of it, which one do you think it would be?
most guys are using an H or a W.
Okay.
Just because they've been plants that have been around for a long time, and they used to buy Hellers or they used to buy Wits, and so then they came to Excalibur, liked their blend a little bit more, and so that's why they use them as the base. So
Okay.
So, yeah, just remember, as a base, like you said, because I know over the years I had guys that tell me, oh, yeah, I buy, H or W or whatever, or the Excalibur blend, and then I add garlic to it, or I add, whatever to it.
Yeah.
So just because they're buying that unit, they may be adding something to make it a little different.
Yep.
a lot of people adding red pepper just because they wanted to have a little bit of heat, and really none of those have any noticeable level of heat outside of the Habanero BBQ and maybe a Sriracha a little bit.
A little bit.
So the H, I just had to go back to the H then after those two last down there. And it's like the H has some like black pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It must be why I like it.
Not anywhere near as much as the Tones, though. Right? Tones has the most black
Yeah.
pepper.
I'd say.
So, honestly, I think if anything from this, it's made me more think that we should bring the tons in a 20, or at least think about bringing the tons in a 25-pound unit, because I think it would do really well on the retail market.
Yeah, I hate to be too politically correct here, but there's none of them I don't like. But yeah, for me, the H or the Tons are the best flavors from just a traditional.
Okay.
See, there's definitely ones I don't like. I don't care for the sriracha. Like it's not like it's a repulsive taste, but I don't like it, and I don't like the blue ribbon one. Those two I don't care for.
I found the blue ribbon better than I thought it was going to be, and I like the one thing I don't like about the blue ribbon brats is that like clove taste, and it's not in there.
But I can tell you this: there's no reason to bring blue ribbon in to stock it because it's not enough different from something else that we offer.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot like the Caraway one. So
yeah,
very
I would
similar.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Any closing thoughts?
Anybody change their opinion on their favorite before and after?
Nope.
No. Tons was my favorite coming in, and Tons is my favorite going out.
So Tons probably moved into my second favorite, where it previously would have been H. So if that changes anything, but Habanero BBQ is my favorite. I could eat that every day, and it's even better as a snack stick, I think.
Oh, it's definitely better as a snack stick. Yeah, I could agree with that. So, and it's interesting because the flavor changes a little bit on that one to the snack stick, but some of the other ones we've made in the snack sticks before, and it doesn't seem like it is anywhere close to the same just because you're changing the diameter and the eating experience, quote unquote, is different and tastes way different. We've made H Summer as a stick, and it does not taste near the same as the summer sausage does. And it's probably because they're drier, and that makes a big difference too. You know, these summer sausage, that you made, we're not looking to make shelf-stable product here. And so all of these summer sausage also, just because of the level of moisture that's still in them, tastes very different than, a lot of stuff you find in the store on the shelf.
Sure.
Because of the moisture content level. And so that makes a huge difference too. We used all pork in all of these, whereas usually in the store, you're going to find a pork and beef mixture. So that'll start making big flavor differences when you start using 100% beef or 50% beef or whatever you're going to do. Then those seasonings start acting different, and they don't have quite the same profile as pork. So everybody's got to keep that in mind. But the reason we do pork is because pork fat rules, and it's easy to get all the different little notes out of it and to taste the actual seasoning difference, even though that may not be how you experience it if you make it out of deer or beef or something like that.
Yeah, significantly different, especially with deer. So maybe a 50-50 mix of beef and pork next year sometime, and a repeat of this would be interesting to see how much that does play with it.
Tanner, come talk to you about getting some deer?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, you could do this next week. Make it with 50 deer, 50 for pork.
Oh, 50%. I'm like,
50 deer, 50 pork.
We're going to go kill 50 deer? Like, I'm in. Where are we going?
50-50. Sorry. Excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah, he was trying to give me some deer, and I said, go talk to John. He'll make something out
They
of it.
didn't come talk to me.
Okay.
No. All right. So closing thoughts for me, or at least are Hob Barbecue, Tons, H. Those are my top three. Austin, you wrote notes. You must have an idea.
If he doesn't have a top three at this point, golly.
He's going to have to put it into a spreadsheet and then rank them.
You gotta think. I don't know. Jalapeno is still at the top of my list. I love the flavor of jalapeno. You can't beat that. Tons is probably 2, and oh goodness, probably the blue cheese and apple, number 3.
Interesting.
That one,
Wow, the dark horse coming through.
Wow.
Yeah. But I couldn't eat that one like every day necessarily, but that is one that I would like to eat over and over, just little bits here and there.
Okay. Brett, you got a top 3?
Hob Barbecue, H, Tons, and jalapeno would be my top 3.
That's 4, but okay. You can have that extra one. You can have it. You're allowed.
I can't decide, so let's go with 4.
Dylan?
Tons is definitely number 1. Probably Habanero BBQ and H Summer. Man, it's kind of a toss up there between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
Thanks for checking out the Meatgistics podcast. To shop everything but the meat, head on over to Waltons.com. To get your meat processing questions answered by experts and enthusiasts alike, head on over to our online community at Meatgistics.com. Waltons, everything but the meat.